good afternoon, and welcome to Let's Crack NEET UG English. And as you know, we have planned a quiz for today. So let us wait for the students to join in. And those who are already with me, did they revise the chapter? And do you have any kind of doubt? Because before we start the quiz, we will be talking about the doubts in case if you have. Hi Kalai, how are you? Supayan Mukherjee. Hello. Are you joining in for the first time? Supayan? Okay, because I don't remember. Did you participate in the chat which we have normally during the class? So normally those students who write things, their names I remember, but I'm not able to recall your name. Anyways, now I'll remember. So did you all get the chance to revise the chapter? Are you all set for the quiz? And is there any kind of doubt, any confusion anywhere? And just a reminder that today at 2, I have a special session for you all, and that is on a YouTube channel, that is Biology 101, and that is specially discussing some strategies which would help you score 360 in NEET in biology. So don't forget to join in there also. Okay, by the time others join, you can start asking your doubts or confusions or anything, any query that you have. Or in the meantime, we can go over our regular things, and then by the time everyone joins in, we will be all set, to start the class. So as I told you, this is like the last lecture for this particular chapter. We will have a quiz and this chapter will be over. We are using this Unacademy platform, and I'm Neela Bakore, your biology teacher. And I guess by now you have all installed this Unacademy learning app, because on this app there are various subscription plans which are being introduced. Like recently there is one introduced which is called Iconic. I'll talk about that in a minute. So all these special things will be available to you only on this app. So if you have not installed, please do it as soon as you can. This is about the Plus subscription, which I was talking about earlier also. That is, you will have daily live classes, structured courses, quizzes, etc. And this is the Iconic subscription. Here the added advantage is that you have a personal coach. It is like one-on-one guidance. So you and your tutor. So it is going to be like a personalized tutoring for you. Then there is a planner which is going to be available for you. There will be analysis of the test. Okay, and this is the comparison between the plus and the iconic. So in iconic you get all the benefits of plus as well as some added things. So things which are common in plus and iconic are these four, and these are the special things which you get for iconic only. That is personal coach, study planner, experts guidelines, and test analysis. Okay, and this is the subscription plan for plus 1 month, 3, 6, 12 and 24. And you know, it is very easy. 1 month is 6,300. If you multiply it with 12, you definitely don't get this number, because this is anyways is a discounted price. And if you want to avail this 10% discount, don't forget to use this code so that you get the discount also. And this is for the iconic one. Okay, and here also you are eligible for this discount, but don't forget to use the code, then only you will get the discount. Okay, so we have discussed the benefits of plus and iconic, and now I'm going to be waiting for your doubts. Amisha has joined. Hello Amisha. It is Ilakia. Did I say it right? Ilakia, good afternoon. Did I say your name right? Hello Somi. Yes, okay, good. Okay, so Ilakia, did you attend earlier lectures? Okay, so this is the first time you are here, and I'm sure you've gone through this entire chapter. So I guess you did not attend the live classes, but I'm sure you must have seen the recorded ones. Is there any doubt in this chapter? Okay, you'll be regular. Okay, that's very good. So, but did you get a chance to go through all those lectures on this chapter? Because we are going to have a quiz today. So before I start asking or giving you questions, just wanted to check whether everyone is clear on everything. And if you have any kind of doubt, we can take that up first. Okay, recorded lectures save time. See, the thing is, with recorded lecture, the benefit is that you can watch those as per your convenience, right? But the benefit of live session is like when you're studying something, and on that moment you have a doubt, so you are able to ask that doubt. In a recorded lecture, it is like you just listen to the lecture. If there is a doubt, you either keep that doubt with yourself, or you wait for an opportunity where you can ask that doubt to the teacher. So both have their pluses and minuses, right? All right, so are we ready? Can we start with the quiz? I don't see any doubt coming. Okay, so what we will do is, I'm going to share a question with you, you answer, and then we will discuss the question with you. Okay, so I'm starting with the first question. Ilakia, the next chapter. I'll share the schedule also with you. I'll tell you what exactly we are going to do next. But let us start the quiz now. All right, this is the first question. Start answering. Substrate phosphorylation in TCA occurs when? Somi is asking about the shuttle system. After this question, Somi. Okay, I have not received the answers yet for the first question. Substrate phosphorylation in TCA occurs when? Supayan says C. Any other answer from anyone else? Is the question clear? It is not an easy or a straight question, but if you have understood TCA clearly, you will be able to answer this. I guess others are not able to answer. That's why there's just one answer from Supayan which I got, and that is C, and that is absolutely correct. Now, why others were not able to answer? Is the TCA cycle clear? TCA is Krebs cycle. So we wrote C, I know some simple formula making options, right? This is how we started this. And then we wrote the reaction 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. And we said that 3, 4, 8 are redox, where NAD gets reduced. Then 6 is also redox, where FAD gets reduced. And 5th is where we get ATP. So phosphorylation of a substrate is that GDP gets this phosphate. That means phosphorylation is taking place, and this is how we get GTP, which in turn gives us ATP from ADP. So phosphorylation is taking place in the 5th step when succinyl coenzyme A is changing into succinic acid. All right, I'm going to back to this doubt point because Somi had one question about the shuttle system. We talked about 2 shuttle systems. Shuttle system works basically for a short distance transfer. That means from outside to inside, that is across the membrane. So there are 2 shuttle systems working. One is called glycerol phosphate shuttle system, and second one was malate aspartate shuttle system. If this is the membrane, here is a protein which is the glycerol phosphate shuttle, and here is a malate aspartate shuttle. Now when NADH2, which is formed as a result of glycolysis, splits into NAD and a pair of proton, that pair of proton goes in the mitochondria through this shuttle, and for which 1 ATP is required. So proton has gone in, but this proton will be accepted by FAD and we get one FADH2. So from a 3 ATP giving molecule, we are getting a 2 ATP giving molecule, and that is why it is a less efficient process. Whereas in malate aspartate, rest everything is same. NADH2 splits into NAD and this H proton pair goes in. Here also one ATP is required, but here it is accepted by NAD, so we get NADH2. So from a 3 ATP giving molecule, another 3 ATP giving molecule. So in this shuttle, our energy equation doesn't change. Whereas in this shuttle, that is glycerol phosphate shuttle, a 3 ATP giving molecule is ultimately resulting in the formation of a 2 ATP giving molecule. And that is why glycerol phosphate is a less efficient shuttle as compared to malate aspartate. Okay, so is it clear now, the shuttle system? If the shuttle is clear, then we'll come to the next question. We are done with the first question. You're most welcome, Somi, but is it clear absolutely? Okay, I'm giving you the next question. The first one we have already talked of. This is your second question. Now let me see how many of you can answer this. Again, it is based on Krebs cycle. Good, good, Somi. Let us answer this question, the next one. And let me see how many of you are able to answer this. Reshma is saying C. Supayan is also saying C. It is on Krebs cycle. Easy. What about others? Kalai is also saying C. And all of you have given the correct answer. It is C. Now, do you remember in which step what is produced? Gauri has also given the answer as C. Somi also says C. Now tell me, which step do we get FADH2? This is not in the question, but just let me know whether you remember the steps or not. In which step of Krebs cycle will we get FADH2? Reshma is saying 248 FADH2. No, Reshma. If this was correct, you would have gotten 3 FADH2. Step number 6. Sixth step. Absolutely right. Kalai has also given the answer. Somi has also given the answer. Okay. In which steps do we get NADH2? Now, your answer, Reshma, is correct. That is 3, 4 and 8 steps. And in which step are we getting ATP? In which step do we get ATP? That is 5th. That was our first question, right? So Somi has given the correct answer, 5th step. So these steps we have to remember. It will help us calculate the numbers of ATPs produced even if we start from an intermediate compound. So Amisha, Kalai, they have also given the answer as 5th. ठीक है, all right. Now let us take the next question, the third question. This is the third question for you. There are some steps given and you have to find out in which step is carbon dioxide released. These are all the steps of Krebs cycle, and in one out of these steps carbon dioxide is given out. B, so Payan has given the answer as B. Somi also says B. Amisha also has given the answer as B. Do you know what are these compounds made up of? How many carbon compounds are these? Kalai says B. Okay, so I guess all of you, those who have given the answer, they have given it correctly, this one. Now, this is a 6 carbon compound, this is also a 6 carbon compound. Oxalosuccinic acid is 6 carbon, alpha keto is 5 carbon. So if a 6 carbon compound breaks into a 5 carbon compound, 1 carbon will be released. Succinic acid 4, fumaric acid 4, malic acid 4, oxaloacetic acid 4. Okay, so only one step. A bigger carbon compound is breaking into a smaller one. A 6 carbon compound is breaking into 5. So 1 carbon dioxide will be given out here. Alright, let me give you the next question. This is question number 4. Question number 4. What will be the answer? And don't forget to write the question number, okay? So that I know whether you're giving the answer to the 4th one, the current one, or the previous one. So Payan says D. Kalai says D. 4th is D. Okay, Amisha is saying C. Somi says B. Okay, so we have the options that we got here are D, C and B. Okay. Reshma says D. Amisha is not sure. She says maybe B. Okay, which step are we talking about? It is succinyl coenzyme A to succinic acid. It is step number 5. Okay. And in this step, what happens? Succinyl coenzyme A has coenzyme A. So coenzyme A will be lost. It is not going to need it. Okay. So coenzyme A is not required. In this, GDP will take inorganic phosphate and we will get GTP. So what is needed is GDP, what is needed is inorganic phosphate. Okay, coenzyme was here with as succinyl coenzyme A. When it dissociates, that coenzyme A is released free. So not required for the reaction. So only 2 things are required for the reaction. So our correct answer is D. Not C and not B. See, acetyl coenzyme has no role here. GDP and inorganic phosphate is correct, but this is not required. Clear? Is the question clear to everyone? It is the same cycle, but the questions can be asked in so many multiple ways. And for that, you need to know the basic cycle. If you know the complete cycle, all these questions are very easy to answer. Okay, let us do one more. The next question. The fifth question. Now, the fifth question. The stage up to which glycolysis and fermentation is common. Okay, for this you need to remember aerobic, anaerobic, both respirations. So Payan has written the answer as C. What about others? Kalai also writes C. Reshma C. Somi also has given C. Amisha has given the answer C. So I guess most of you know that it is C. That is pyruvic acid or pyruvate. Perfect. Because what happens in glycolysis, glucose to pyruvic acid. If it is anaerobic, then there are two possibilities. It can become ethyl alcohol or it can become lactic acid or change into lactic acid. And if it is aerobic, then there is the same the pathway, that is link reaction and Krebs cycle and all those things. And ultimately it will give us carbon dioxide and water plus energy. Very good. So this one everyone got correctly. Okay, now let me give you the next question, the sixth question. Amisha, is this the answer for the sixth question or the earlier one? So Payan has written C. Reshma 6C, Kalai C, Amisha says oxygen, Somi says C. Okay, this one. It is correct. The correct answer is C. If you remember, when we made that electron transport chain, here was that half O2 and electron was finally taken by it. It takes that electron pair, it takes the proton pair, and this is the one which changes into the metabolic water. Absolutely right. Okay, next one. The seventh question. Seventh question, the number of ATP produced during the production of one molecule of acetyl coenzyme A from one molecule of pyruvic acid. Seventh question. Reshma says A. The answer for seventh, Reshma has given the answer as A. What about others? Why are others taking so long? It is acetyl coenzyme A from pyruvic acid. Which reaction are we talking about? Somi says 3 ATP. Which reaction is this? Pyruvic acid to acetyl coenzyme A. Supayan has given the answer as D. Okay, so I got two answers so far, A and D. Or Supayan has changed the answer to A. Okay, so let us change this. We are talking about link reaction. This reaction which is mentioned here is link reaction, in which pyruvic acid changes into acetyl coenzyme A. Here there is carbon dioxide given out because this is a 3 carbon, this is a 2 carbon compound, and during this it is also a redox reaction, decarboxylation as well as redox. So here NADH2 is synthesized from NAD, and this is worth 3 ATPs. So our answer is 3 ATPs, that is A. Why were you confused, Supayan? Why did you write D earlier? Amisha को याद नहीं आ रहा है? Okay, now she is able to recall. Okay. See, I told you the same steps are there, but the questions are framed in many different ways, and that is why we need to practice the question. See, doing a particular chapter, studying a particular part is one thing, but if you're not able to interpret it, then that is going to create problem, and that is why we need to practice questions. Typing error in a hurry, okay. But such kind of mistakes should not take place when you bubble the OMR sheet. Alright, this is the 8th question. Now tell me, what is the answer? Respiration is which type of process? C, anabolic, that is the answer given by Reshma. 8th answer has been given as C. Supayan says D. D. So here we got answers as C and D so far. C and D so far. Kalai has given B. Okay. Somi says D. Now I know why so many different answers are here. B, D, C, all. Because we talked about a term that is amphibolic pathway. So what is meant by amphibolic? Yes, maybe B, but amphibolic pathway is the most appropriate word. But if you don't have that, which one out of the following are you going to choose? See, what is meant by amphibolic pathway? Which has anabolic and catabolic, both the reactions. That means there is breakdown also and there is built up reaction also. So amphibolic is not given in the options. Otherwise it would have been very obvious. So out of the 4 given options, catabolic, metabolic, anabolic and none, which one do you think is the most appropriate one? The correct term is amphibolic, but it is not necessary that every time you get this amphibolic word here. Okay, only Only catabolic will not be right, only anabolic will not be right. What is metabolic? It is a general term, some kind of reactions which are taking place in the body. But these reactions which take place in the body are anabolic also and catabolic also. So we can give this as the option. Is it clear? If I would have given amphibolic in the options, that would have been a very obvious answer. But if none, Reshma is saying none. What is meant by metabolic? These are various processes, reactions which take place in our body, and it includes anabolic as well as catabolic. So if amphibolic word is not there, then we need to go for a term which represents anabolic and catabolic both. Only catabolic is not possible because it is amphibolic. It has catabolic as well as anabolic reactions. Okay? So this was a slightly tricky question. Let us come to the next question now, the 9th question. And let me know the answer to this 9th question. Answer to the 9th question. You have to name the reaction. The substrate, the product, both are given. You have to tell what exactly is happening here. Supayan says D, oxidative decarboxylation. Kalai also says D. Any other answer? So far we got the option D as the answer. Pyruvic acid to acetyl coenzyme A. This is the reaction that we are talking about. Any other answer from anyone? It's link reaction. That's perfect. But what is happening? The formation of acetyl coenzyme A from pyruvic acid is the result of its. That means what is happening to the pyruvic acid? Is it undergoing reduction? Is it undergoing phosphorylation? Is it undergoing decarboxylation? Here, this is a 3-carbon compound, this is a 2-carbon compound, 1 carbon dioxide is lost. So here it is decarboxylation, and this reaction is a part of aerobic respiration, so we call it oxidative decarboxylation. And at the same time, one substance NAD is getting reduced into NADH2. So this is getting reduced, this is getting oxidized. So it is oxidative and decarboxylation. Clear? Okay, let us come to the 10th question now. Very good. Okay, answer to the 10th question. Which is the link between carbohydrate and fat metabolism. Carbon dioxide, acetyl coenzyme, pyruvic acid or citric acid. Supayan has given the answer as B. So here we have one answer so far, that is B. What about others? Somi also says B. Kalai also has given B. those who studied that common pathway, they will be able to answer it correctly. So only 3 of you have given the answer, Supayan, Somi and Kalai. And the correct answer is B, that is acetyl coenzyme A. Okay, let me give you the next question. Reshma has also given as B the answer. All right. 11th question. Amisha has also given the answer. All right, answer for 11th question. Pyruvate dehydrogenase complex is used for conversion of. Supayan says 11th question answer is D. Okay, so that is one answer that we got. That is D option. What about others? Kalai says D, Somi says D. In-link reaction. See, on one simple link reaction, there are so many questions which we have seen today. This is acetyl coenzyme A. Here carbon dioxide is lost, so it is pyruvate decarboxylation. Okay. Here redox is also taking place, that is NAD is getting reduced into NADH2. So it is oxidative decarboxylation of pyruvate. And here hydrogen is also removed from pyruvic acid, and that hydrogen is taken by NAD. So the enzyme or the complex which helps is called pyruvate dehydrogenase. So here we wrote various enzymes. One was pyruvate dehydrogenase. We also used a term pyruvate decarboxylase, right? So just one reaction, and there are so many questions which can be framed on it. All right, so our answer is, where is it required? It is required for conversion of pyruvate into acetyl coenzyme A. Very good. Now next question 12th. Some names are given, you have to pick which to refer to the same type of thing or same thing. This is our 12th question. Answer to 12th question. Supayan says answer is B. Amisha, Kalai, Reshma, they have also given the answer as B. Somi also says B. Okay, one and the same thing. Tricarboxylic acid cycle or citric acid cycle. Can you give me the third name for this? There is one more name for it. And what is that? It is called tricarboxylic acid cycle. It is called citric acid cycle. There is one more name which can be given. And that is Krebs cycle. And what is Kelvin cycle here in the first option? Kelvin cycle is C3 cycle, that is in photosynthesis. And here the citric acid, that is Krebs, and Kelvin is again C3 cycle. This is Krebs cycle, and this urea cycle is known as ornithine cycle. It takes place in liver for formation of urea. Supine has written RPP CCLE. What does that mean? C3 is Melvin Kelvin cycle. Perfect. Melvin Kelvin was his complete name, but normally we call it Kelvin cycle. All right. So I'm happy that everybody got this one also right. Now let us see the 13th question. And now let us see how many of you get it right. Chemiosmotic theory of ATP synthesis in chloroplast and mitochondria is based on Kalai says A, Reshma says A, Somi, Amisha, they have also given the answer as A. Supayan also says A. It is absolutely correct, proton gradient, and whatever is required to build up that proton, that's a different thing. But when the protons move from higher concentration area to the lower, that means along the gradient, that is the time when ATP is synthesized. Perfect. Let me give you the next question, 14th question. This was a question which was asked in All India PMT. Earlier this NEET was known as AIPMT. So I have taken a question from there. So if you answer the questions which were asked in previous year's exams, then the confidence level is more. Okay, 14th question, answer. Kalai, is your answer A for this question? Because the previous one was also A. Supayan says D. So here we have D answer. Oh, Supayan has changed it to A. Okay. Somi says A. Kalai says 14th is A. All enzymes of TCA, that is Krebs cycle, are located in mitochondrial matrix except one, which is located in the inner mitochondrial membrane of eukaryotes, because they are membrane bound organelle they have, and cytoplasm of prokaryotes. The enzyme is. Now, where do we find this enzyme, and do we give any name to this enzyme? Some kind of a complex or something? The correct answer is A, but is it called some complex? And where did we talk about it? If you remember complex 2, perfect. Somi and Kalai have given the answer, and if you remember, we made this shape. Remember this? This was complex 2 in electron transport chain. All right. It is ETC. So it is not ETS, it is ETC, electron transport chain, not S. Okay, so correct that. All right. Now I'm giving you the last question which I had picked for you. This is the 15th question, asked again in previous year exam, and at that time also it was called AIPMT. This should be the easiest one. A, D. Sarabjit has given answer as A. All others are giving it as D. D. Sarabjit has changed the answer to D. See, I gave you the same question earlier, but there in the option amphibolic word was not there, and that was the confusing part. Here amphibolic term is given, so it is like a straight question. So in competitive exam also, many times they ask us very simple and straight questions. But sometimes to make it a little more complicated, they remove that important word which we all the time remember, and then we have to pick from the other options which are available. So we had 15 questions today. Tell me how many you got correct out of 15. And this will help us understand that how clear this subject or this particular chapter is. So out of 15 questions, how many did you get correct? Supayan says 14. Very good, only one wrong. Somi is 15 on 15, perfect. What about others? Reshma 14, Kalai is saying maybe 13. Why you're not sure? What happened when you gave the correct answer? Why maybe? So 14, 15, 14 and 13. Okay, Amisha, you did not count. Okay, so next time onwards, whenever we have such kind of quizzes, one thing which we have to keep in mind is we need to know how many we did correct. See, if we do more correct, it is very good. But our focus should be on the questions which we did incorrectly. The things which you do correctly, that means you are already good with that. But if you are attempting something and the answer is coming out to be wrong, that should be our focus, that why was it wrong? Where did we go wrong? So our focus should be only on the wrong one. Good is good, very good. Ma'am, please start your plus course. Thank you, Somi. Very soon we will be starting plus course, but are you attending the plus courses which are conducted by other educators? Okay, which all courses are you taking right now? Which chapter are you doing right now on the plus course or plus subscription? Oh, except bio. You've not started bio on plus yet? So you're doing physics, chemistry, but I'm sure there are educators who are taking plus courses on bio also. So as you're a plus student, you can, start doing those. Supayan is saying you have really developed my inner interest for biology. Oh, that's really good, Supayan. Thank you so much. How many chapters have been done till now of 11th? I guess I have done. See, I have been teaching on various channels. In the beginning, I started on 3 channels. Let's Crack NEET UG, which is like a bilingual channel, then Biology 101, which is again a bilingual one, and this one which is pure English. So we started with cell cycle, cell division. So we did cell cycle, we did cell division, and then we started with photosynthesis, plant physiology. And this is the 2nd chapter which we have completed. Okay, but you make the concept easy. Very good. This is what is my job. And I always feel that biology is not to be mugged up. Yes, you don't have to. It is to be understood. And see, if you have done Krebs cycle well or link reaction properly, you have understood that process and you were able to answer all the questions. Show me you scored 15 on 15. That means you understood all those concepts very clearly. So you don't have to mug it up. And this is what I have been telling all my students, that biology is one subject which needs to be understood, except for 5% things. Now this 5% is like name of the scientist or some year, which we have to remember, because there is no logic behind it. If some discovery was made in this year, this is a fact. But if there is a process, there is a logic, then you just understand it. Biology is one of the best. Yes, I know. And that's why I just love biology. Thank you, Amisha. Thank you so much. Okay, so before we wind up today's class, let me just give you one more important information, which I think I told you yesterday also, that at 2, this class gets over in like 5 minutes now. At 2 o'clock, I have planned a special lecture or a video for you, a session for you, all of you. And this is on strategies to score 360 in biology in NEET. This is what is the target, and this is what is the target that I give to my students. That if you do the way I tell you, there is nobody who can stop you from getting 360 in biology. So I will be talking about strategies, I'll be talking about method and everything. We will not be studying biology, but we will be talking about biology only, that how we are able to score maximum. Okay, so don't forget to join me at 2, and the channel where this special session is going to be conducted is Biology 101 at 2. Okay, so in half an hour time from now, we will be having that session live. So do join so that you get benefited out of all those things which I'm planning to tell you. And thank you everyone for all these wonderful words which you have written for me. Because this is what a teacher wants, that the student should be satisfied, the topic should be absolutely clear. Okay, Somi, I'll see you there. But I want all of you to attend that because it is for your benefit basically. Okay, Amisha also says she'll be there. See, are you having any other class at that time anywhere? Like, do you have to attend any other live class at 2? Oh, thank you, Kalai. Thank you so much. Yes, we will, all of us. This is our target. Okay, so if you don't have any class, you have 30 minutes from now. Freshen up, eat something, and then I'll see you at 2. Don't forget the channel, Biology 101. All right? So the last thing is the same, that if you have not subscribed to that YouTube channel or other YouTube channels, do subscribe. And if you have not taken the subscription plan, do purchase the subscription plan. And if you want to avail that discount, you can use this code. This is my code Neela, and then you get that 10% discount. All right, so bye for now. See you in half an hour. Okay, bye.